Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure here at Walk Talk 21 to welcome you to a brand new series I will be starting. It is called the Time Capsule. And in this series, we will be taking a look back at the World Series from 1903 all the way up to present day 2017. We'll be looking at every World Series, talking about if they were good World Series, bad World Series. And if this becomes successful, I will be doing one on the NFL from every Super Bowl all the way up to present. But for now, we're going to keep it to the MLB. So, are you ready for a blast of the past? To relive some of the best and worst World Series that ever lived? Well, if you folks are ready, I'm ready to teach you. So, we're going to start all the way back at the very beginning. 1903, a year when Theodore Roosevelt was president. World War I wasn't a thing yet, and the Chicago Cubs hadn't won the World Series, and the Cleveland Browns weren't losing games like crazy. So, the first ever World Series matched the Pittsburgh Pirates against, wait a minute, am I reading this right? The Boston Red Sox? You're serious? Red Sox appeared in the World Series against the Pirates? Really? Oh, that's amazing. So, I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Oh, Walk Talk, oh, the Pirates crushed the Red Sox because, they're Pittsburgh, and that's what... No. Sorry, Red Sox won the first ever World Series. Let me say this to you. Pittsburgh had one of the greatest teams you'll ever see. They had, looking at the data here, they had one guy in their team that should be familiar to everybody. Honest Wagner, who was one of the early greatest players. Him and Ty Cobb, to me, I consider to be two of the greatest early players. Honest Wagner was an exceptionally loyal guy. That year, he hit .355 and drove in 101 runs. One of his finest seasons that Honest Wagner ever had, and he's a Hall of Famer, surefire guy. Deserves everything. They also had back then a player manager, so for those of you who don't know what that is, there would be a guy who plays but also manages the team. Last one of those was Pete Rose, and we'll get to him one day when we get through this. They also had Guy Ginger Beaumont. They had Deacon Phillips, who was a 24-game winner, and 25-game winner, Sam Levere. I'm looking off to the side here at a couple of notes that I made. You also had back then, they would call it the Boston Americans, but I call them the Red Sox because that's what everybody knows them as. Because if I refer to them as the Americans, people can be like, "Oh, I don't know what that is." They had a guy that everybody should know. His name was Cy Young. Yes, I said that. Cy Young was actually a player. He was a thing. So, the Red Sox had him, and he was 28-9. Became the all-time wins leader that year, surpassing, I don't know who it was before that because I can't really find anything. A lot of these guys, like I said, I have no clue who half these people are. I just know who Ty Cobb, who wasn't playing yet, he's not in this series, Honest Wagner, and Cy Young were. So, the funny thing was with this was Boston came in as heavy underdogs. Everybody thought that Pittsburgh was going to slaughter them. They thought it was going to be an easy series. But Pittsburgh had some bizarre things happen. They had one guy who checked himself into an insane asylum literally like 6 months before the series because he showed signs of paranoia. They had one of their guys, Otto Kruger, was beamed on September 19th, and he never actually fully recovered in time. So, the other thing with a lot of these early World Series is there is no videos of them. So, I can't show you videos because back in 1903, they didn't have any. So, I just have to take my word on what happened. Trust me. I just have to take my word on it. Anyway, to me, the matchup is intriguing. Red Sox Pirates. First two teams, the first two combatants in the World Series. And the Red Sox come out on top with their first World Series long before the Yankees ever got theirs. So all you Red Sox fans can always say that to Yankee fans. Haha, we got the World Series before you did. But then we'll get to that, so just hold on, Red Sox fans. None of the games were close. They all pretty much were blowouts. First game I'm looking at here, Pittsburgh won 7-3. That's a blowout in today's MLB. Back then it might have been close. Boston became the first team to come back from a 3-1 series deficit. And back then, they weren't playing traditional 7 games. Boston won the series 5-3. And I think they were going to do like an 11-game series. Boston won 5, and Pittsburgh blew a 3-1 series lead. Kind of like the Golden State Warriors of today. the parks that they competed at were as follows. Red Sox played at a place called the Huntington Avenue Baseball Grounds, which are long gone, and the Pittsburgh Pirates played at Exposition Park 3. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody in Allegheny, Pennsylvania can tell me, but I don't know what that is because that's not a thing anymore. Jimmy Collins, player manager, led the way for the Boston Red Sox, and the Pittsburgh Pirates were led by Fred Clark. Boston was 91-47. They finished 14.5 games ahead, and the Pirates were 6.5 games ahead at 91-49. So, the other things to note about this was looking here at some more notes that I have. Honest Wagner batted only 6 for 27. He committed 6 errors. They also had this weird thing because they had crowd overflows at both the Allegheny Park and the Exposition Park. If a ball rolled under a rope, it would be a ground rule triple, which they don't have today. They have ground rule doubles, but they don't have ground rule triples. This would be a 3-1 series deficit, the first one. It wouldn't happen again until, surprisingly, the Pittsburgh Pirates would do it against the Washington Senators back in 25. And then also, I look at this stat. This is funny. The winning player's share was $1,182. The losing players got $1,316. So if you lost, you got paid more money than the winning team. So, haha, Red Sox, you're suckers. Because you ended up getting less money than the Pirates did. Even though the Pirates lost, they got more money than you. So this one time it's good to be a loser because you get paid more. So, that's a recap of the 1903 World Series. Now, in the next episode, we're going to go to 1904 and... Wait a minute. There's no World Series in 1904, folks. Yes, that's right. Because the Giants at the time, the New York Giants, not San Francisco, refused to play the Boston Red Sox. We were like, oh, we're better than them. We don't want to play them. Ha, 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 ha. So, that's a little historical side note for you looking at it here. The New York baseball Giants, long before the football Giants ever were a thing, basically said, and they didn't want to play the Boston Red Sox, and basically decided, well, we're just going to cancel the series because, we're better than them and we don't need to play them because at the time the NL was arrogant. So, join us the next time out when we're going to be stepping into 1905. And if this thing could ever work, I could pull it off for you here. We're not going to worry about it. But anyway, join us next time. We go back to the year 1905, where we play the second ever World Series, and here it comes, so I'll be able to tell you, between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Athletics before they resided in Oakland. So, folks, that was your first ever MLB Time Capsule, 1903. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to subscribe to Walk Talk 21 for more great videos. If you like what you see, drop a comment. But we'll see you next time when we go back to the year 1905. I'll see you around.